Beloved, one of the worst things that you can do as a man is to take the advice or counsel of a woman. My old neighbor is about 70 or so, and he's talking about retiring. Now, he's a tough old guy, an old cowboy, ran the rodeo circuit, logger, log truck driver, hunter, just a barroom brawler, just a tough SOB, one of the real ones, right? Well, he's wanting to retire, and I was over there visiting with him yesterday, and he's like, oh, I want to go do all these things, but my wife, I tell her, well, let's go to the rodeo and let's go do here and the things that we did. Let's load up the horse trailer and take the trailers down. We'll figure it out. We'll find a place down there. And the wife's like, no, we don't have reservations and we didn't get tickets, and a rule follower like a lot of our women are. That certainly applies to me as well. And so he basically, just kind of got to the point where he got tired of fighting and was going to submit to this. And I said, who did she marry? Were you all these things when you guys got married? Were you a tough cowboy? Were you a cattle rancher? Were you a logger? Were you a log truck driver? Is that what she fell in love with? Did she like that adventurous spirit? Did she like that danger that comes with that lifestyle? And he starts grinning, and of course she did. That's what women like. They like to be with capable men. They like to be with their superiors. They like to be around excitement and a little bit of danger even. That appeals to them. They say that they want security, and they do, but they don't want a man that's too secure. He gets bored of that sort of thing. And I said, here's what you do. I said, just go and load everything up, and you go to her and you tell her, tomorrow morning at 5, we're leaving. We're going to be gone so many days. This is going to be the weather. You'll need to pack for this type of environment, and I'll tell you where we're going when we get there. And he said, I think I might do that. The point when I say that you should never take the advice of a woman, it doesn't mean that we don't respect the opinions or see women as equal. 100%. I'll tell you what, in my personal, I'll give you a little behind the scenes in my personal life. We wouldn't be here where we're at, in this mountain home with the river and all of this wonderful life that I'm so blessed to live, if it weren't for my ability to take tremendous risk and really roll the dice at key positions or key times in my life. And even in those times, I had to go against not only my wife, because I'm upsetting the security of the home. We already have everything, the bills are paid. She'd say, why would you burn all this down to do something that we don't even know is going to work? And I just said, we have to. I'm not satisfied here. We have to. If we're going to go to the next level, if we're going to get to that dream, it was always my dream. I saw it in Star Trek. It was one of the Star Trek movies of William Shatner. It was the one where he was sucked into the Nexus. That's what it was. To sum it up, there was this Nexus, this cloud that came through, and if you could get inside of it, it would transform you into utopia, into your ultimate dream, your heaven, whatever your wildest imagination was, a perfect life, everything you could possibly want, just to think of it. And so William Shatner, the Captain Kirk character, he wakes up and he's in this environment, like he's got this log home, this beautiful cabin, and he's out splitting wood, and it looks like he's got Yosemite, like his cabin is in Yosemite National Park. He's got the beautiful wife, he's got the horses, all of the adventure, all the things that he always dreamed of was his for the taking, right? And when I saw that, I was pretty young. I said, that's exactly what I want. I didn't really realize it at the time, but all of the decisions that I've made in my life, the important ones, were always working towards that. That was my ideal. That was how I wanted to live, in the environment that I wanted to raise my children, and the environment that I wanted to retire in. And I knew that to get there is difficult, it's hard, and I would have to take risks, and I would have to, really do things that other guys were not willing to do. And one of the hardest things, one of the biggest impediments to me, and I think to a lot of you as well, is that your friends and your family and even your wife and girlfriend will try to tell you not to do it, or or sowed seeds of doubt in your mind, and you won't fulfill that dream. You know, some of the old timers used to call women that would do that dream killers, where you think about when you were a young man and you had all this ambition and you wanted to do all these things and to travel and to create and to build, and yet because you have dependents and family, and you have a wife that just is not comfortable with you going out and taking a risk so that you can take yourself to the next level and your family, that it's easy to get stuck and to get stagnant. And so that's why I tell you, don't take the counsel of women when it comes to situations like that where you need to make important decisions. Trust your instinct and that wonderful God-given ability of risk-taking that God has given men. Take advantage of that and utilize it, and don't worry about what other people say. Now, with that being said, I am the person that took the great risks to get us where we're at here, but I also am a complete failure at the back end. It's easy for me to have the big ideas, right? But when it comes down to the details, and the devil's always in the details, you know, that has fallen to Mrs. W. And had she not put the much more difficult work into the back end, where we work together as a partnership, a dreamer and then a practical person, you know, all my dreams and my ambitions would have been for naught, because I wouldn't have had the staying power and to be able to do the hard work behind the scenes, the paperwork, and dealing with the county and the red tape, that it wouldn't work. As a man, you can get ahead and you can grind and you can get yourself to the level that you want to be, whatever that means for you. But I'll tell you, as someone who's done it both ways, when you can partner with a woman, if you can get in harness, as the good book says, the harness, two horses or a team pulling together can really do a lot of work. And when Mrs. W and I came together in marriage, you know, 20 years ago, and we're in a harness together, working towards that goal, the thing that gave us the ability to do it is her undying faith in me, that even though she couldn't see what was on the other side, and the things that I was proposing was ludicrous, she trusted me enough to know that I would do whatever it took to get there. And she got in and she went to work and put her shoulder, you know, to the load as well, and we got there together. And so I said something very provocative at the beginning of this video to get your attention so that you would watch this video. But the power that God that creates when two people come together, a man and a woman come together in marriage, and I'm not saying that you need to come together in a state marriage. In this day and age, you figure out on your own what that means. You know, you don't need the state to be wedded to a woman in God's eyes, in my opinion. It's a powerful thing, and it's what you're going to need, you know, to really get ahead. I do believe it. If you want to give yourself an advantage, and you want to go through life on a bit of a cheat mode, I think coming together and getting someone that trusts you is really the key to success. So may God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.